The clock ticks forward one notch. 3 p.m, I'm sitting on the floor, surrounded by 3 empty pizza boxes and a pile of unanswered emails screaming from my phone out there. The world is racing. My friends are getting promoted, running marathons, building their future, and me. I can't even lift my arm to pick up a pen. The first thought in my head isn't "I'm tired," it's "you're just a lazy failure." I used that label to mentally destroy myself for 5 years. But here's the strange part. The more I called myself lazy, the less I could move. Like a car with a broken transmission, the engine screams louder than ever, but the car doesn't move an inch. Turns out, what we call laziness is actually a ghost. A convenient illusion hiding much more painful truths about how this world is draining us dry. In the next few minutes, I'm not going to teach you how to work harder. I'm not giving you a billionaire's morning routine. I'm here to rip that label apart and see what's really underneath it. We've been brainwashed to believe that being busy is a virtue and resting is a sin. I worshipped productivity books like Scripture, Pomodoro, Deep Work, Atomic Habits. The result, I didn't become more productive. I just became better at punishing myself. When I failed impossible standards, the laziness you feel is not a character flaw. It's a protest, your body going on strike against a broken system. Let's go back in time, not to ancient Greece, not to the Renaissance, to the plantations and factories of the 18th century, because that's where laziness was truly born. Not in neuroscience labs, not by psychologists, it was invented by slave owners and industrialists. They needed a word, a weapon to control labor. If you didn't work 14 hours a day, you were lazy. If you were exhausted from starvation, lazy. If you dared to rest, lazy. Over time, that tool of control became a moral standard. It moved from bosses into textbooks, into parenting, into your inner voice. We took the whip and brought it inside our own minds. Here's a number that kept me up at night. A Deloitte report found that 77% of employees experience burnout. 77%, and yet most still feel guilty taking time off. We're not lazy. We're trapped in a system where human value is reduced to one thing: output. When machines break, we fix them. When humans break, we call them lazy. Sociologist Devon Price spent years studying this. His conclusion: laziness does not exist. What exists are real barriers we ignore because we're too busy blaming ourselves. I have a friend named Ming Smart, capable, ready to start a business. It took him 6 months to write a plan that should have taken 2 weeks. Everyone said the same thing: he's just lazy. One night, I asked him honestly. He broke down crying. He wasn't lazy. He was terrified. What if I give it everything and still fail? His brain wasn't lazy. It was protecting him. If you don't try, you can't fail. Research shows procrastination isn't about time management, it's about emotional regulation. The people labeled lazy are often the most perfectionistic and the most sensitive to failure. Calling fear laziness is like calling a broken leg slow. You're not helping, you're adding shame to injury. Next time you can't start something, don't ask "why am I lazy?" Ask "what am I afraid of?" Now, there's another case. You're not afraid, you want to work, but your body refuses. Imagine this: you wake up with 10 spoons. Each spoon equals mental energy, brushing your teeth. 1 spoon, stressful message. 2 spoons, office noise. 3 spoons, meetings. 2 spoons. By 2 p.m, you're out, empty. You sit there, staring at the screen. You can't type. Someone walks by and thinks, lazy. But you're not lazy. You're bankrupt mentally. This is called spoon theory, and science confirms it. Willpower is finite. You don't lack discipline. You ran out of fuel. If you've spent all your energy surviving the day, there's nothing left for what matters. You're not lazy, you're exhausted in a way no one can see. Ever wake up already tired? Not physically, mentally empty. You look at your to-do list and feel nothing. That's not laziness, that's a dopamine crisis. Dopamine isn't happiness, it's motivation. Low dopamine, EQ, don't want to do anything. And here's the problem: the world is designed to destroy it. Scroll, dopamine. Notification, dopamine. Short video, dopamine, hundreds of times a day. So when you face real work, your brain says, no, not worth it. Psychiatrist Anna Lemke calls this dopamine nation. You're not undisciplined, you're up against systems engineered to hijack your brain. The solution isn't extreme detox. It starts with something simple: silence, 10 to 15 minutes. No phone, no input. Stillness rebuilds your baseline. Stillness isn't laziness. It's where motivation is born. Why can you stay up all night doing what you love, but not 15 minutes of work you have to do? Because your brain isn't lazy. It's refusing meaningless investment. Psychologists Deshi and Ryan proved sustainable motivation needs 3 things: autonomy, mastery, purpose. Remove one, your brain resists. Silently, through inaction, that laziness might actually be a signal. This isn't your life. If Charles Darwin lived today, he'd get fired in 3 months. He spent hours walking, thinking, doing nothing. Result, the theory of evolution. Albert Einstein, he sat, stared, did nothing. Result, relativity. Science shows 40% of creative ideas happen during mind wandering. Not deep work, not focus, but when you're doing nothing. Stillness activates deeper brain networks. You're not wasting time, you're processing reality. How many times this year have you called yourself lazy? Because here's what happens: rest becomes failure, sleep becomes guilt, you stop listening to your body. Completely like a car breaking down, but you push harder and blame the car. Calling yourself lazy hides real problems. Burnout, depression. A life that doesn't fit you, lazy, is easier than facing truth. But truth is where change begins. So what now? Not a 10-step plan, not a productivity hack, a silent rebellion. Stop calling yourself lazy, start asking, what am I afraid of? What am I missing? Is this even my life? Real productivity equal protecting your energy for what matters. You don't owe the world your busyness. You owe yourself a life worth living. Tonight, remove the label, look underneath it. Whatever you find, it deserves to be seen. And even if you did nothing today, you are still worthy. If this video touched something in you, leave a single dot below so we know we're not alone. Thank you for sitting still with me. In a world that never stops, that might be the most courageous thing you did today.